Hi, everybody. It's Miss Kathy here. I have some exciting things to talk to you about. I love learning about God and all that He has done for us and how He created us. He created our bodies, everything about our bodies, our ears, our eyes, our nose, our mouth, our head, shoulders, knees, and toes, all those things. He created us from dust. From dust. No one else has been able to do that. Only God has been able to do that. Um, it's just amazing. So the last thing that I just started learning about was our brains. And what shocked me the most when I was learning about the brain is how it fits in with what we're learning about shining bright. I was like amazed. It's like, wait a second, this is what I'm talking to the Sunday school kids about shining bright, about being loving, kind, patient, caring, and gentle, right? The things that God really wants us to know about and be, because it gives us a very joyful, peaceful, wonderful life, and to be also connected to Him, to God. All right, so the thing I learned about the brain is there's a part way inside. Like if I could stick my finger further in my ear, I would be able to touch it. It's back in there someplace. Back in there. All right. So I can't touch it, but just so you know, it's like that way and that way in there. And it's shaped like an almond in a way, this is a lot bigger, but this is a similar shape. It's a little bigger on one side and smaller on the other. And there's two of them. I went like this. I went, you know what? This looks like somebody that's mad. And that's what that part of the brain, it's called the amygdala. Amygdala. I think I'm saying that right. Anyway, it's where all your emotions come from. Like your emotion to be scared, your emotion to be worried, all that kind of stuff. But also happy emotions can come from there too. But the thing is, that part only deals with the emotional part. It doesn't tell you how to handle those emotions. There's another part that shows you. So this, and to me it looked like I was mad. When I was imitating my amygdala, I looked mad. And I also went, wait a second, also my hands are useless. I can't really pick anything up, without probably dropping it or hurting myself. I can't wave really, hi, how are you? I can't do much of anything when my hands are in this position. I also can't do much of anything when my thoughts are in this position. I just stay mad. What do you think I have to do in order to find a way to deal with being scared? Because there's no way I can do that unbreakable bond with these mitts, right? There's no way. I have to open up my hand. And that's where this next part of your brain comes in. It's right in the front. It's called the prefrontal cortex. That's where you make decisions. You think things out. You work things out. But remember, when we do our unbreakable bond, that's where we put our praying hands. The unbreakable bond we put right on our prefrontal cortex. And then we take it from there to our heart. And then we go to God. And that's how we can get victory over being scared and worried and anxious. All right? That's how we get to know how to handle emotions that could be hard to handle. We get the victory by moving it from our amygdalas that do nothing to help us to that unbreakable bond, to the prefrontal cortex, to our heart, to God and back. Isn't that amazing that God made our brains that way so that we need Him? We need God in our lives so that we can make good decisions. We can be shining, bright people, helpful and kind too. All those things that are just good, like knowing that, there's times when you can make somebody feel better by making them laugh. Remember I was telling you about my friend who sometimes, because she has Alzheimer's, she's not always in a good mood, but it's very easy to get her in one by making her laugh, and then it changes her life. Remember, so if you stay here, nothing changes in the world, nothing changes in your life, and you don't connect to God, and God can't give you his superpowers to help you. So that's what I'm really excited about, getting the victory over fear and anger, anxiety, and worry by taking it out of that part of our brain and putting it at this part of our brain with that unbreakable bond. It's just, that's the way it works. Isn't that amazing? I was so excited to see how that works. And it fits in with everything. So no fear, no anxiety, no worry. Nothing is more powerful than God's superpowers. Prayer is one of his superpowers. Remember, we can love our enemies just by praying for them. That's a superpower. Now, it kind of looks like this, but this, when we do God's superpower, it's not tight. It's not like angry. It's like, I am strong. I can do all things, right? Because God can help us. I just want you always to remember that. I know I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but I have to remind myself too, because when I stay here, I don't do anything. I go nowhere. Nowhere. Put it here. So this is the magoosh. We have to go from here, anger, worry, anxiety, take it out of this part of our brain and put it in this part of our brain. Take our unbreakable bond of the shining bright places and the find and seek places and give it to God. All right? And then it goes back in your prefrontal. It doesn't go back into your amygdala. That's so bad and harder to say. Very hard and hard to spell. All right, so prefrontal cortex. Same, that's where you have to go. From there to God. Well, to your heart. To your heart. Remember, we can't go, that doesn't work. Have to go to the heart. So let's see, did I do everything I wanted to say? Yeah, I think so. I hope so. So let's do the song, and it should be, I think I've got it down. I should write it down so I do it the same every time, because again, I'm not perfect, and we have to be all right with people not being perfect. Do everything without complaining. Do everything without arguing, so that you can become blameless and pure children of God. Without complaining, I don't want to. Without arguing, that's mine. Can't do that. Do everything without complaining. Do everything without complaining. Do everything without arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure children of God. Children of God. Children of God. It works every time. I tell you, it works. And I want you to, I'm going to keep putting it in that brain of yours so that you can remember. Always go to God. Always take it out of the amygdala to your prefrontal cortex, to your unbreakable bond, to your heart, to God. All right, you have plenty to think about. Don't be stuck here. Don't be stuck there. Make sure you open it up. Okay? They're all just reminders, because The world gets us so crazy in our heads, we forget so much. But we want these God magooshas that make a big difference. A little thing that makes a difference. Just like, remember, listen to that. Stop talking. Don't say anymore. All right? And the other person might still talk, might still be angry because they don't know these things that we're learning. But hopefully they'll see how you act and say, how come you cannot be mad? How come you're like saying you're forgiving me? And that's when you tell them, well, because I'm shining bright like God wants me to. And he helps me to be able to do it. One more time for the song. See if I can do it the same 2 times in a row. Do everything without complaining. Do everything without arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God, without complaining. I don't want to. Without arguing. That's mine. Don't do that. Do everything without complaining. Do everything without complaining. Do everything without arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God, children of God, children of God. I think we might have it. Love you guys. See you soon. Mwah. Bye.